I'm gonna enjoy this, right? Yeah, and you guys are gonna enjoy this. Welcome back to Hollywood Access. Nobody wants Meghan Markle and Prince Harry in Australia anymore. Why? Because the Aussies have spoken, right? Harry and Meghan's trip felt like a royal tour, right? Except many Aussies weren't interested. Australia is not interested in Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. If you go back, nobody's gonna welcome you. Nobody's interested in you. Nobody wants to see you there. The Aussies have spoken. There is something uniquely revealing about watching a carefully constructed persona collide with a room that simply refuses to perform on a cue. That is exactly what happened when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry touched down in Australia. And that's the real Meghan, right? The rest of the Meghan that we see is false, is not real. And real Meghan, it turns out, does not particularly enjoy warm Australian beer offered by the very people she is supposed to be charming. Meghan Markle wants the world to see her as a woman of the people. Yeah, even when she's not like a woman of the people, a woman who celebrates local culture and uplifts ordinary voices and genuinely connects with the human beings she encounters. But the moment the cameras caught her off guard, the moment the performance slipped for just a second, what was underneath was not warmth. That's not warmth that we saw. It was not connection. It was barely concealed contempt for a situation she had not chosen and could not control. And now there are rumors that Meghan is planning to go back, right? Wonder what she's going to be doing there. She arrived with this full apparatus, the outfits, the messaging, the Duchess, a designation placed firmly at the front of every introduction. Call me the Duchess of Sussex. She came with a strategy, a narrative, and the absolute certainty that a continent famously warm and welcoming would receive her the way she believes she deserves to be received everywhere, together with her husband. Everywhere they go, she goes. Australia had other ideas. Yeah. And what unfolded was one of the most quietly devastating public rejections of Meghan Markle's carefully managed image that the world has witnessed in years. Both Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were embarrassed, humiliated, right? Let us start with the fashion play, because Meghan Markle did not go to Australia simply to visit, right? She went there for something. She went to Australia to launch herself as a fashion authority. That's what she went to Australia, to launch herself as a fashion authority, to position herself as a style icon whose influence on the industry is so significant and so meaningful that it warranted an entire international trip built around the clothes on her back. Meghan said that she has such an affinity of Australia, and she says she personally selects every piece she wears with purpose and intention. See how she went to lie, like this was lying. She lied like too much, right? She lied too much. She selects every piece that she wears with purpose and intention. She talks about crediting designers correctly as though she is a revolutionary act of generosity rather than the basic professional standard expected of anyone in her position, right? And then the review. The reason she is so passionate about correct designer crediting, the reason this matters so deeply to her is because she has partnered with a global fashion marketplace that allows fans to purchase the exact items she wears. She went there for business, guys. Yeah. She spoke about Australian designers. She gave an interview, right? She gave an interview, crazy interview, right? And this is the same Meghan Markle that has not attended the 2026 Met Gala, right? She was rejected, and now she wants to show the Austrians how she is actually a good designer, right? She gave an interview about Australian designers, everything about Australian design. This is crazy. She gave an interview about Australian designers, and where did that interview land? Where did this, like, look at her, she's definitely laughing at Meghan Markle. Where did that interview land? Not Vogue, not Harper's Bazaar, not any publication whose name carries the kind of weight a woman positioning herself as a global fashion force would require, right? Nobody talked about it. And she's planning to go back, yeah, but she already knows that the Austrians no longer are not interested in her, and that placement tells you everything, because Meghan Markle did not choose the Australian Women's Weekly because it was the right platform for her message, right? She chose it because it was the platform that said yes. Because Vogue, the publication that actually confers the kind of fashion legitimacy she is desperately chasing, was not available to her in the way it once was. Yeah, when you are genuinely powerful in the fashion world, the publications come to you. That's what happened. Vogue is gonna come to you, and all these publications are gonna come to you. But Meghan, who came? Like, nobody came, right? So these publications are gonna come to you. When you are performing power you no longer possess, you end up giving a copy-approved, PR-managed, carefully sanitized interview to a magazine that would more naturally feature a piece about a beloved morning television presenter's home renovation. Now, the fashion platform was not even the most damaging part of the Australia visit, right? Because what Australia gave the world in terms of the Meghan Markle story was something no publicist can edit and no PR strategy can reverse, right? It gave the world unscripted Meghan. And unscripted Meghan is a completely different person from the version that appears in copy-approved interviews and carefully staged photographs. Watch the video.
I'm gonna try it. Let's see.
You're trying.
Okay.
It tastes good though.
That's good.
Two young Australian men with Down syndrome, genuinely sweet and full of warmth, offer her a beer, right? A completely normal, human, generous gesture from people who were happy to meet her and wanted to share something with her. And Meghan Markle, the woman who has built an entire public persona around empathy and connection and her profound love for the human beings she encounters, right, could not disguise her disgust. Like, you can see her disgusted. It was there, right, visible, a flicker of genuine reaction breaking through the performance before she could pull the mask back into place, right? Then there was the speech she gave to Australian women about courage and authenticity, the women who has driven multiple members of staff to the point of mental health crisis, right? The woman whose own household staff described an environment of such sustained psychological torment that one housekeeper bit all her nails off from anxiety and could not sleep at night. Imagine. Crazy. But this is the same Meghan, right? And who spoke about ethnicity to a room full of people who had no idea what was standing in front of them. And the poke at the palace, right? Because nothing Meghan Markle does is ever without calculation, and this trip was no different. Australia is King Charles's Australia. It is Prince William's future Australia, the heir to the throne of a nation that Meghan Markle is now touring as though she represents something, as though the Sussex brand carries institutional weight rather than being the hollowed out remnant of titles she and Harry leveraged and then abandoned a long time ago, right? Australia just like looked at her and said, you're crazy, you're cuckoo. There was a Duchess title being announced in every room she entered by staff. She instructed to do so. She instructed a lot of people to call her Duchess of Sussex, while simultaneously telling an interviewer she prefers to be called Meg. I prefer to be called Meg. Call me Meg. Or what kind of? It's crazy. There was the same fundamental dishonesty that has defined every chapter of Meghan Markle's public reinvention, right? The gap between the story she tells about herself and the reality that keeps breaking through the surface at the worst possible moments. Oh, what a denial. Rejected in Australia. No fanfare, no movement, no moment, just a Duchess in the wrong magazine, holding a beer she did not want, in a country that was never going to give her what she came for. They rejected her. She did not get what she wanted. She wanted more money, right? And that is the story of Meghan Markle in Australia. Not a disaster, just a quite complete and entirely self-inflicted irrelevance. Anyway, this is Hollywood Access. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. See you in the next one.